5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, we're looking at about 15 minutes, 35 seconds of video I put together. Here's a screenshot of Steve. He's had a psychotic break. He's got the same facial movements as that guy in the medical video, the grimacing. This guy is freaking out because it's been made clear to the world that he is a COINTELPRO informant, that he's scripted, and now that he's having a psychotic break. That's not normal, people. I'm not scripted. So my videos aren't great. Some of them are great. I know I contradict myself. It's because there can be subtlety and nuance. So I took out this little chunk of Steve doing that facial thing. About 20 seconds. I forget how long this went for. Half minute. You could count it up. He grimaced about. He seemed to do that grimace there about 5 times, maybe more, but I didn't count it. So now we're up to about 2 minutes. When I'm done with this, I don't have to edit anything. I'm talking. Well, most people by this point, they know my shtick. They know what I'm up to. So it's the same one, and I did it slow motion. This is why they're freaking out. I have fully proven that they're scripted. You crop out their eyes. It's like that Wizard of Oz thing. Once the truth's out of the bag, it's like, oh my god, what the F is going on here? This guy, he's from Indiana. He's got no discernible skills. At least the Fiorella and Jardula trolls, Jimmy Dore, at least they have some basic entertainment value. Cenk Uygur, entertaining. Well, not to me. So Steve is having a psychotic break because he can no longer control his face at all through that grimacing. He knows it, the audience knows it. Most of the people watching this, they realize these people are fake. A lot of them are military shills and sock puppets, just reinforcing the honeypot trap. They want you to email these guys in real life. They'll give you a physical address, apparently. So I crop it out, and when you crop it out, okay, I didn't crop it out that great, but he's all over the place, so it's tough to crop stuff out perfectly when they're always moving around and being deceptive. I'm just a real normal person. I'm alright, I'm eccentric, but I'm not weird. Like, I know what reality is. I'm not mentally ill. I have Asperger's. I put together this montage. So now we're up to about 4:25-ish out of 15:35 of this stuff I put together. And then I just talk. Okay, I got COVID. I have COVID. But I was able to get to a clinic. And the medicine I'm on is called lagevrio. Or I think the basic name is all new Paravare. I'll be on that for 5 days, 4 more days. I'm in the risk groups. If you're in a risk group, they'll give you the medicine to destroy the COVID. I looked into it. The study they did on this stuff. Look at Fiorella giving the middle finger. I had to slow that down. Not slow it down, but I had to freeze the screen. She acts like she's scratching her face, but she's giving the middle finger. These people are so disgusting. I've come up with in the high 90%.
They know everything about you, including
now they talk for quite a bit.
You're a woman.
100%, and that's.
I figured out I had COVID right away, and I got on the medicine right away. So I really only have one bad day. It's nausea, body aches, and a scratchy throat. And it's like a stuffy head nausea. So you get a major headache.
Limiting the power of the state or the scope of the state's
so you basically have to sleep it off. If you're young, if you're healthy, then they're not giving out that medicine because it's just a more mild form of COVID.
For liberty. That's a net loss for personal freedom.
Maybe they don't have all that much medicine available yet, or it's not approved officially yet, but I looked at the study done on it, and
I think that
self-triggering reality.
Extremes on both sides get all of the media attention.
That guy Demick is so out of it.
From reality.
The reality is I exposed these people as 100% scripted across hundreds of shows, thousands of shows, hundreds of people,
how they can
thousands of shows,
and have it legal in a state next door.
And this is so big
it doesn't make any sense how
that it has to be state-run.
That could work. If somebody can just travel in between states, you've got to stop people.
Was I talking about COVID?
Or know enough about.
What are we looking at? We're about halfway
really
through.
Considering, especially if you're talking to conservatives at Freedom Fest who are all about states' rights, but they'd have a real problem with.
A number of months ago, I started searching for Steve Poinkinen. And I would notice him doing all these shows to no names, to nobodies. They're Five Eyes because they got people like this guy on. And from...
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they count for anything.
That psychotic break stuff from Steve, and then he's wiping his brow.
This morning on the show about how the NSA...
So take the COVID seriously. I do look at life as a mosaic. I can talk about different things at once. And then hopefully, usually I can tie it all together by the end. I turned off the air conditioning for this show I'm putting together right here. I called a show because that's what I'm doing here. My voice. I think my voice is better than their voice.
But it applies.
I think my voice is better than Jardula's, and he has a pretty interesting voice, probably. You want to like these people, not these two right here. No one in their right mind is ever going to like these two guys. They're never going to trust them. They're never going to want to go near them.
There's a law that says the NSA can't do that, even though they do. But they just expose the loop.
This guy's cracking up.
And then Amazon Ring, the doorbell service.
He's so inorganic. They're all inorganic.
Any law enforcement officer can.
That guy Demick with a constipated face.
They can just literally. I saw this. I saw a little bit of I saw a headline about it. So the police.
There's that guy from the medical study. That's what Poinkinen's. Poinkinen might end up looking like that guy all the time.
Anywhere where there's a Ring camera, say, and just type in the.
It's probably coming up soon, or no, in a couple minutes, a minute or two, whatever.
All of the data from that
we'll see again that
no warrant needed or anything like that.
Time where Poinkinen does that look about 5 straight times. There it is. There's one.
This information on
This is only
Coming
about
together
10
to do that.
minutes taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything that's connected these two things in terms of this is available to law enforcement
Sorry.
at the same time for the same household.
Are you okay,
However,
Gordon
if
Dimmick?
your house has a
That's the
ring
guy
in
he's on.
Lexington,
Oh, shush to the mouth from Dimmick.
and
From
you
Dim.
fall under that probable
Look at
cause
what a
where they're
mess
already
both of them
keeping
are.
ring data,
You can't really
why wouldn't
say.
they then go ahead and get the 24-hour recording?
Has
with
anyone
electric
seen
minutes
Jamal
of the
Thomas?
ongoings
The
inside
guy's
the
such a
unit?
mess.
Because I don't know if
Poinkin's the
this
biggest
has never
mess of
dawned
them
on
all.
people or not, but it's a voice activated thing, so it's always listening so that it knows when to respond. That's so it's always recording
Under
that
5
data,
minutes to
no
go.
matter what sounds it hears. Amazon also has a feature that they announced recently.
Maybe a little more than
May
5
actually,
minutes. I'll add
where
on a tune
it
at
can
the
take
end.
a minute or less, or sorry, about a minute of your voice or Nana's voice. And then after Nana
This
passes
guy is
on,
so
if
lost. The
Amazon's
psychotic
saying it,
break
she
is
can
that
read a bedtime
his
story
mind is
to
not
her
connected
grandkids
to his
with
body.
just a minute of her voice
The way he
being
made that
listened to,
high
put
pitched thing,
together,
yes.
Grandma in her voice
He's not
reading
connected.
an entire
He's
bedtime story, or what
He's
the heck
bobbing
the kids
left
are
and
telling
right
her.
with his
Yeah, that
body.
certainly can't be
His
used
shoulders
for
are
voice purposes
bouncing
by
upward.
anyone with access to that.
His eyes are going. Well, we already went through. I cropped out the eyes. You can see. There's that demented smile. There's 2 in a row. 3 in a row. 4 in a row.
God,
And he's getting
there's
hysterical.
no bottom to these people. Well, can we get grandma reading
Still
the
going.
bedtime? Can we
5 in a row.
make money out of that? Can we to sell our shit?
And then he goes to the smoke
It's
because
just so.
he's in denial that he's had this psychotic break.
To not use Amazon. I don't know whether you're getting that.
So maybe he got it under control at that point. But getting it under control just means he's creating
there's a few things that
huge
I got
craters in his face.
years, but now I'm finding
Same with Dimmick.
places to get those things from. So the amount I'm spending with Amazon is it's next to nothing. It's one purchase a year or something like that.
There's Jonathan Mayorkas at Echo Park to the left, upper corner. That's Fiorella. I can't pronounce it. Fiorella Isabel's brother.
It's stopping.
That's kind of a COVID cough. The way he just cleared his throat.
Like
the
there needs to be a serious
Poinkin
about alternate forms of.
It's so easy to see they're scripted on Anarchy in the Morning. That's why they're over at Rockfin.
For whatever.
I don't see any way to download from Rockfin.
More than Amazon, more than Mark Zuckerberg, more than.
But I was able to get some of that stuff off of
International Bank of
Poinkin's shows and show that they're scripted. I proved I could see where they're looking. You can get into a rhythm where you can see them bouncing from teleprompter to teleprompter. You can see them reading off of the other guy's computer. You can see them reading off of cell phones.
A civilization collapse. Well,
he's reading. So this stupid person,
from that civilization.
I've been exposing him for months. I've been exposing all of them for months.
Not just to the idea of,
I ended up getting some decent page views.
Who rules through blackmail and child trafficking.
Right, just gotta mention those, right? And that's all from the top of his head. And this is day after day. I mean, they're faking that it's from the top of their head.
Pulled off back in Yugoslavia in the 80s with the
right there. He's just coming up with all this.
Parallel structures and parallel societies.
Parallel construction is what he's trying to obfuscate. Parallel construction is how they take the illegal stuff that they can't use, and they try to prosecute people with a parallel construction of crime. Crime, according to them being the military-industrial complex.
And trying to localize their food sources.
Localize. I am reading off of a teleprompter.
But he's got a thing called
the voice goes a little crazy from the COVID too.
freedom cells.
My voice is
several
ringing
years
out like a
ago,
trumpet. I'm
where
finally getting it
anybody
back
in the
to
world can
normal.
start one.
I mean, I probably
If you
sound like
are
a trumpet
trying
anyway
to
because I played
opt out
trumpet.
of the technocratic
But I
state
think
as
I
much
have the
as
little
possible,
trumpet,
it's
extra trumpet
basically
sound
like
today
holding
from the
up a
COVID.
flag for like-minded
But it's under
people,
control.
even
I
if
only
it's
have
something
one
as
bad
simple as
day.
organizing a freedom cell around
There's maybe even a
going
little bit
to
of
school,
relief
or
to finally
like
get in and
getting
figure out how to
real
get
meat
rid of it.
or something like that. If you're
But I
into
do not
that, you
want
want to
this
know how to
again.
build, or
I think whoever
in
leaked
general,
that
how to
crap,
build
if
with
it's from
what
China,
cost tools,
wherever,
you can
that's
start a freedom
demented.
cell for that. If you wanted
Those
to have
people should
real
be outed. Lito missed the boat that day. He left the shack. But that was all he missed. And he ain't coming back. At a Tombstone bar in a juke joint car, he made a stop. Just long enough to grab a handle off the top. Next stop, Chi-Town. Lito put the money down, let it roll. He said, one more job ought to get it. One last shot before we quit it. One for the road. Lito. Whoa. He's for the money, he's for the show. Lito's waiting for the goal. Lito. Whoa. He said, one more job ought to get it. One last shot before we quit it. One more for the road. Lito be running, having great big fun until he got the note saying toe the line or blow it. That was all she wrote. He'd be making like a beeline, heading for the borderline, going for broke. Saying one more hit ought to do it. This joint ain't nothing to it. One more for the road. Lito. Whoa. He's for the money, he's for the show. Lito's waiting for the goal. Lito. Whoa. One more job ought to get it. One last shot, then we quit it. One more for the road. He's for the money, he's for the show. Lito's waiting for the